In the ever-evolving landscape of streaming entertainment, Netflix has once again stirred the pot with a sweeping overhaul of its library, signaling the end of an era for several cornerstone titles that have captivated audiences worldwide. As the calendar flips to a new year, subscribers are facing a deluge of farewells, with a staggering array of films and series set to vanish from the platform. This isn't just a routine trim, it's a seismic shift that touches on some of the most cherished properties in modern pop culture, from enchanting wizarding worlds to uproarious sitcom escapades and mind-bending animated adventures. The move underscores the relentless churn of content licensing agreements, where even the most enduring hits must eventually pack their bags and seek new digital homes. At the heart of this exodus lies the beloved Harry Potter franchise, a phenomenon that has spellbound generations since its inception. All 8 films, spanning from the whimsical origins in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, where a young orphan discovers his magical destiny amid the cobblestone streets of Diagon Alley, to the epic closure in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Part 2, with its thunderous battles at Hogwarts and poignant resolutions, will no longer grace Netflix's screens. These movies, helmed by director David Yates for the later entries and earlier ones by the visionary Chris Columbus, Alfonso Cuarón, and Mike Newell, have grossed billions at the box office and fostered a global fandom that extends far beyond the silver screen. Fans have turned to these films for comfort during stormy nights, inspiration in times of trial, and sheer escapism into a realm where broomsticks soar and spells fly. The removal feels particularly poignant as it coincides with whispers of new adaptations, including a forthcoming HBO series that promises to revisit J.K. Rowling's universe in even greater detail. Yet, for Netflix loyalists, the absence will leave a void, prompting frantic rewatches in the waning days before the January 1st cutoff. Compounding the Wizarding World's woes is the simultaneous departure of the Fantastic Beasts trilogy, the spin-off series that expands the magical menagerie into the 1920s era of Newt Scamander's beastly escapades. Starring Eddie Redmayne as the eponymous magizoologist, these films, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, The Crimes of Grindelwald, and The Secrets of Dumbledore, delve into prequel territory, exploring the shadowy underbelly of the Wizarding Society with high-stakes chases through Parisian alleys and clandestine alliances against dark wizards like the infamous Gellert Grindelwald, portrayed with chilling charisma by Johnny Depp and later Mads Mikkelsen. The trilogy, while met with mixed critical reception for its denser plotting compared to the original Potter saga, has nonetheless enchanted viewers with its stunning visual effects, from the ethereal Nifflers scampering through vaults to the thunderous obscurus manifestations that evoke raw, untamed magic. Their exit from Netflix not only severs ties to this extended lore but also highlights the precarious nature of franchise extensions in the streaming wars, where viewer retention battles rage on multiple fronts. But the Purge doesn't stop at magical realms. It barrels into the realm of laugh-out-loud comedy with the unceremonious boot of Friends, the sitcom that defined an era of water-cooler banter and iconic catchphrases. All 10 seasons of the show, chronicling the misadventures of 6 20-something pals in New York City's Greenwich Village, Ross's awkward divorces, Rachel's fashion-fueled independence, Monica's type A perfectionism, Chandler's sarcastic wit, Joey's lovable dimness, and Phoebe's quirky free spirit, will evaporate come the new year. Since its 1994 debut, Friends has amassed a cult following that spans demographics, its episodes replayed endlessly for their timeless humor rooted in relatable heartaches, hilarious mishaps like the infamous pivot scene during a sofa move, and heartfelt moments such as the group's pivot toward adulthood. The series' removal from Netflix, where it found a second wind and propelled the platform's early subscriber surge, marks a cultural milestone reversal. Viewers who bonded over late-night binges of The One with the Embryos, or teared up at the Fountainside Proposal will now scramble to platforms like Max, where the show has migrated, reminding us how streaming has commodified nostalgia into a licensed luxury. Equally gut-wrenching for animation aficionados is the impending loss of Rick and Morty, the irreverent Adult Swim import that has redefined sci-fi comedy with its portal-jumping absurdity. Seasons 1 through 6, featuring the genius but jaded inventor Rick Sanchez and his hapless grandson Morty Smith tumbling through multiverses fraught with interdimensional cable parodies, Meeseeks summoning chaos, and existential dread wrapped in burps and belches, will bid adieu to Netflix. Created by Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon, the series masterfully blends sharp satire on family dynamics, consumerism, and the human condition with grotesque visuals, like the Cronenbergian horrors of a warped reality or the Pickle Rick escapade that became a meme empire. Its departure is a blow to those who appreciate its boundary-pushing narratives, from the heartbreaking The Vat of Acid episode, to the meta Rick Mirai Jack arc, which grapples with infinite timelines and identity crises. As Rick and Morty continues its run on other networks, Netflix subscribers must confront the portal's closure, a metaphor for the fragmented viewing habits of today's cord cutters. The Big Bang Theory joins this comedic casualty list, with all 12 seasons of the geek-chic sitcom exiting the platform. Centering on a quartet of Caltech brainiacs, Sheldon's eidetic memory and social faux pas, Leonard's earnest underdog charm, Howard's engineering bravado masking insecurities, and Raj's selective mutism evolving into confident romancing, the show evolved into a ratings juggernaut by weaving quantum physics puns with rom-com tropes, from Penny's aspiring actress dreams to Amy's neurobiological quirks. Its holiday specials like the physics-infused Thanksgiving feasts and crossover with young Sheldon have cemented its place in syndication heaven. Yet, as it departs Netflix for Paramount+, fans are left pondering the half-life of binge culture, where once permanent fixtures decay into temporary streams. This January 1st bloodletting extends beyond these headliners, ensnaring a diverse slate of 47 titles that span genres and generations. The Hunger Games saga contributes its second installment, Catching Fire, where Katniss Everdeen's reluctant rebellion ignites Panem's districts under the watchful eye of President Snow, starring a fierce Jennifer Lawrence in her breakout role. The film's dystopian thrills, from the electrified Quarter Quell arena to alliance-forging betrayals, have inspired real-world activism and fashion trends alike.